Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video. Let me increase the camera size real quick. And welcome to this new Bitcoin video this morning. We'll talk about a lot of stuff. We have some major news today. I will also be live streaming, so make sure to tune into that. I believe it's at 3 p.m. UTC, so make sure to check that out. But it's basically during the PCE price index, which you can see right here is at 4, but that's UTC plus 1. That's my time zone. So take that into account. Hopefully I'll see you there, but we have some major news and just in general, we're waiting for that because when we're taking a look at the price right here for Bitcoin, there's just a lot of indecision, right? I mean, if you basically look at this right here, we've had a lot of wicks. We have had very, very small bodies, basically since yesterday evening. But I would argue before that, I mean, when we're talking about Monday and Tuesday, we actually had quite a lot of volume. And then we also saw some big moves, but then Wednesday, Thursday into today, we've seen a lot of indecision and low volume. We've been capped at the 30-day rolling VWAP so far. That is slightly bearish. We have those imbalances to the downsides, which also is another reason for a potential move down, which is also what I generally still do expect. I've expected that for the past 2 days, in which we have seen a pullback, right? So you could say, okay, we have already pulled back a little bit, so that was expected, but ultimately we have not pulled back into the level which I've always said, okay, that's the main area to watch for a pullback. But no, the general situation for Bitcoin right now on the short term, which we're on the 4-hour time frame, is mixed. On the higher time frames, if you look at the daily time frame right here, in my opinion, 12-hour time frame, we get a little bit more information. I think we have broken structure, right? And the structure which we've had for October, November was mostly bearish. So I think we've gotten out of that. But it seems more likely to me that we will get into some sort of a bearish flag right here rather than an uptrend, right? I mean, if we keep or if we look again at the higher time frames, what you'll see on the 3-day time frame, for example, it's going to be very hard to get into a bullish market structure from this, right? And it's much more likely that we will see some sort of short-term recovery here, bearish flag into that level right here at 100,000, maybe 105, and then a bearish continuation afterwards. But that could be 2026. It's most likely going to be 2026. But generally what that means on the short term is that on the higher time frames, in my opinion, it looks quite clear that we're going to move up higher. And I think most of the fundamentals, they're not really fundamentals, but fundamentals for Bitcoin, I think those point into the same direction, with the order book depth, with in general the leverage that's in the market right now, the funding rate that we're getting out of, because the funding rate at the moment is no longer negative, but it was obviously negative in the past 2 weeks. And we're also again in a Coinbase Bitcoin premium. So those are historically signs that we have formed a local bottom and that we're going to see some bullish price action short term. So that is moving in the right direction. And then when we're talking about, this is Luna Classic, did some great things, but when we're talking about general market fundamentals, I mean, the S&P 500 is grinding up, volatility index is relatively low, gold, in my opinion, is seeing a failed breakout right here. So those fundamentals are pretty good as well. So bundle it all together, and I would say it's most likely we're going to move up higher. Look at the lower time frames with those imbalances to the downside, a cap at the 30-day rolling VWAP, low volume, aka low liquidity, and the news coming in, and I would say it's going to be quite volatile, and that is perhaps what's most valuable for all of you on the short term. Now, because of those imbalances to the downside, and because of the news coming in today, which is the ideal moment for those imbalances to fill, I still think it's most likely we're going to fill those, but because of my short to medium term bias, I do think we'll be able to find support. I think generally we will be able to get some more stability before getting a move up into those levels higher. At 95, 96,000, it's look at 95,000 on the 4-hour time frame. We have an imbalance left to fill. If you look at the higher time frames, there's no imbalance there, and we're starting to look more towards 97,000. I personally do not really care. Let's take 95,000 as a conservative first price target, but that generally is still what I do expect here. So in that sense, my thoughts haven't changed. And generally with the news, by the way, PCE price index data is inflation rate data. So we want to get lower than expected data, although I doubt that it's going to change the probability that we're going to get a rate cut next week, which at this point of time is already sitting at 87.1%. Now, those are my thoughts. thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you all in my live stream, hopefully. But for now, that's it. So thank you, take care, and bye.